The human body is capable of performing feats that science cannot explain. Some of these feats even defy all current theories, such as the case of a man eating an entire airplane or an artist transforming himself into a living lizard. These records have doctors scratching their heads, and there is still no satisfactory explanation. Get ready to explore 20 world records that even experts can't explain. Surely you must have been surprised by these world records that even doctors can't explain, right? Leave a comment and let us know which record amazed you the most. And if you enjoy fascinating stories like these, don't forget to hit like and subscribe so you never miss a video from us. Thank you so much. Can you imagine someone eating an entire airplane, including metal, glass, rubber, and other parts, and still surviving? It's not a joke. Michel Lotito, a Frenchman, set this world record, and to this day, doctors are still baffled. Not just a small piece, but from 1978 to 1980, he ate an entire Cessna 150 airplane, breaking it down into pieces. With about 100 pounds of solid material, he turned the airplane into a strange dinner. Michel suffered from a rare condition called pica, which caused him to crave non-food items such as metal, glass, or even dirt. However, this still doesn't explain how he could digest such extremely dangerous materials. Doctors studied him for many years and discovered that the lining of his stomach was twice as thick as normal, allowing him to process these materials without any issues. Nonetheless, his body continues to astonish scientists. Have you ever met someone who can hold a soda can on their skin without using glue tape or magnets? Jamie Keaton, also known as the human suction cup, possesses a special ability. He can create a natural vacuum effect, allowing him to hold aluminum cans, plastic bottles, and even phones on his skin simply by pressing them against it. His skin doesn't sweat and is incredibly smooth and translucent. While many theories have been proposed, such as increased oxygen or healthy pores, no one can explain clearly why he's able to do this. Jamie once held more than 8 soda cans, each weighing about 12 ounces on his bald head. In total, that's around 6 pounds of soda he held on his head as if it were nothing. It all started when he accidentally shaved his head during a baseball game, and from that moment he created a world record along with a medical mystery. What can humans do with their eyes? How far can the eyes protrude without falling out? Williams. Martin Sanchez. Lopez answered this question by setting the world record for the farthest protruding eyes. His eyes bulged out 0.75 inches, or 3/4 inch from their sockets. This is a record that not everyone can achieve, showcasing a strange ability of the human body. Edibar Elchev shocked the world when he stuck 53 metal spoons to his body without using magnets or glue. His body acted like a mobile rack, and no one, not even medical experts, could explain how this phenomenon worked. Doctors examined him and found that he didn't have any magnetic properties. However, this phenomenon remains an unsolved scientific mystery. Robert Wadlow, the tallest man ever recorded, reached an astonishing height of 8 feet 11.1 inches by the age of 22. He suffered from pituitary gigantism, a condition that caused his body to grow excessively due to the pituitary gland producing too much growth hormone. While doctors understand the cause, they still cannot explain why his body reacted so dramatically or how his body was able to handle such an immense size. Gary Turner from England holds the world record for the most elastic skin on Earth. His skin can stretch incredibly easily, almost like rubber. He suffers from Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, a rare condition that causes the connective tissues in his body to become hyperelastic. His skin can be stretched without causing any harm to his body. However, even though this syndrome partially explains the condition, doctors still cannot fully understand how his skin can immediately bounce back without causing bleeding or bruising. This is not only a physical feat, but also a biological mystery that doctors are still studying. Paul Alexander, also known as Polio Paul, holds the world record for the longest time, living in an iron lung an incredible 72 years. Paralyzed as a child, Paul lived in an iron lung since 1952, which helped him breathe in place of his natural lungs. Although doctors predicted he would only live for a few years, Paul not only survived, but also overcame severe limitations, earning a law degree and practicing as a lawyer while still living in the respirator. He developed his own breathing techniques to live outside the iron lung, a testament to the power of adaptation and an unbreakable spirit. Zion Clark, the man without legs, broke the record for the fastest hand walk, covering 65 feet in just 4.78 seconds. Born with spinal muscular atrophy and without legs, Zion turned this into a superpower. Not only is he a weightlifter and wrestler, but Zion is also an inspiration, showing that limits don't exist for those with belief and determination. Doctors and sports experts are amazed by his control and strength in his upper body, enabling him to move faster than many people with 2 legs. Nick Stoberl, the man with the longest tongue in the world, has proven that what you think is impossible can become a reality. Nick's tongue measures an impressive 3.97 inches from the tip to his lips, nearly the length of a soda can. This remarkable record has amazed even those who are passionate about biological feats. What's even more unusual is that despite his extraordinarily long tongue, Nick can still eat, drink, and speak normally. His younger brother Chad also has a long tongue and even uses it as a tool to draw portraits. While doctors believe genetics plays a role, no one can explain why his tongue is so long without affecting the basic functions of his body. Nick Stoberl's extraordinary talent is truly a one-of-a-kind feat that pushes the boundaries of human potential. But what do you think? Could you imagine having a tongue this long? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If Nick's unique record inspired you, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on more amazing stories like this. Erin Honeycutt, the woman with the longest beard in the world, has shattered all stereotypes about women with facial hair. Her beard measures an impressive 11.8 inches, nearly a foot long, which is longer than most men's beards. This condition results from polycystic ovary syndrome, PCOS, an endocrine disorder that affects many women worldwide. However, Erin's facial hair growth is different from most cases. Initially, she had to shave every day, but eventually she embraced it and allowed her beard to grow naturally. Erin's beard is not just a record. It's also a bold statement, transforming what might make others feel self-conscious into a symbol of confidence. Randy Gardner holds the record for the longest time awake, without sleep lasting 264 hours, equivalent to 11 continuous days. This was a scientific challenge in 1964, and it remains one of the most shocking records in medical history. Throughout those 11 days, Randy experienced symptoms such as hallucinations, mood swings, and memory loss. Despite this, he survived without using any drugs or stimulants. Doctors are still unable to explain how Randy managed to survive without suffering complete exhaustion. Eric Sprague, also known as the Lizard Man, has transformed himself into a complete reptilian creature. He didn't just get a few tattoos and call it a day. He spent years altering his body to the point where he is no longer recognizable as human. With a split tongue, sharp teeth, tattooed blue skin from head to toe, and Teflon implants on his forehead to create scales, he has undergone a radical transformation. What's astonishing is that his body has not suffered from infections or any serious side effects. Doctors and body modification experts find it hard to explain why his immune system has been able to withstand these extreme changes without any issues. Eric calls himself a performance artist, but for many he is seen as a living experiment on the limits of human body transformation. Lucky Diamond Rich, who holds the record for the most tattoos on a human body, has covered 100% of his body with ink. He has spent over 1,000 hours getting tattooed, including his eyelids, gums, and the inside of his ears. Doctors still can't explain why his skin can withstand so much ink without facing serious health issues. Most people wouldn't be able to sit through a tattoo session without taking breaks, but Lucky has made body art a part of his life. He didn't just want tattoos, he became the tattoo itself. Harnam Kaur, the youngest woman with the longest chin beard, set this record at the age of 24. Her beard is not fake, not glued on, but completely natural, thick and dark. She suffers from polycystic ovary syndrome, PCOS, an endocrine disorder that causes hormonal imbalances and leads to facial hair growth. Instead of hiding, shaving, or seeking treatment, Harnam chose to embrace her beard and take pride in this growth. Doctors still cannot explain why her beard developed this way and why it didn't respond to conventional treatments. Her story leaves scientists both puzzled and in awe of her mental strength. Wim Hof, also known as the Iceman, has amazed doctors with his ability to survive extreme cold conditions. He has set over 20 world records, including running a half marathon barefoot in the Arctic, swimming in ice-cold water, and sitting in an ice bath for nearly 2 hours without shivering. What baffles doctors is how his body handles the cold so effectively. Wim has developed his own method combining cold exposure breath control and mental focus, which allows him to survive in conditions that most people cannot tolerate. Medical studies still haven't been able to fully explain this remarkable ability of his. Isao Machi, a modern-day samurai, set the world record by cutting a baseball, traveling at 100 miles per hour in half with a single strike of his sword. He also holds the record for performing the fastest 1,000 martial arts sword strikes. Doctors and researchers have tried to analyze his reaction speed, but have been unable to explain how his brain processes such fast movements. Some believe it's due to years of samurai training, while others think he has supernatural reflexes. Regardless of which theory is correct, it remains a perfect demonstration of the combination of body and mind. Mehmet Özürek, the man with the longest nose in the world, has amazed doctors with his nose measuring 3.46 inches long. This isn't the result of surgery or illness, but a natural feature of his body. Mehmet's nose continues to grow throughout his life, which is contrary to what doctors typically expect after puberty. Despite this, Mehmet has embraced this feature and takes pride in his appearance. He views his long nose as a blessing and remains confident in himself. Sultan Kösen. The tallest living man is not only famous for his height, but also for having the largest hands in the world. Each of Sultan's hands measures 11.22 inches long, much larger than a standard laptop screen. This is the result of pituitary gigantism, a condition that causes abnormal growth due to the pituitary gland releasing too much growth hormone. Despite Sultan's body growing rapidly, doctors are still unable to explain why his hands are so much larger than the rest of his body. This has left scientists puzzled, as most patients with pituitary gigantism experience joint and nerve issues, yet Sultan has not encountered these problems. Francisco Domingo Joaquim. The man with the widest mouth in the world holds this record with a mouth measuring 6.69 inches wide. This has left doctors and fans astonished, as his mouth is much larger than the typical size described in anatomy textbooks. Experts cannot explain why his jaw can open so widely without causing any health issues. Some believe it's due to the exceptional flexibility of his ligaments, while others think it's an extremely rare genetic phenomenon. Regardless, Francisco has become an icon of physical strength and oddity. Kevin Fast, a pastor from Canada, performed an incredible athletic feat by pulling a 17-ton bus across a street in New York without the aid of an engine. He holds the world record for pulling the heaviest vehicle using only his body. Not only does Kevin possess extraordinary physical strength, but he also has an exceptional ability to withstand immense stress, something most athletes are unable to do. Doctors and trainers believe that Kevin's ability is not just due to genetics or mental strength, but also involves an unknown factor that science has yet to explain. Kevin Fast is not only a man with extraordinary strength, but also a testament to the perfect combination of physical and mental prowess. These feats not only amaze us, but also raise a big question about the untapped potential of the human body. Records like pulling a 17-ton bus with sheer physical strength or having enormous hands make science rethink the limits we once believed were possible. So how many hidden capabilities are still to be discovered within the human body? If these records have left you in disbelief, hit like, subscribe, and share with us which record amazed you the most. Let's continue to follow the next feats that humanity will achieve, and don't miss out on the things that science still can't explain. We've only just begun to explore the limitless potential of the human body and mind.